And it wasn't an overreaction because we're dealing with a situation that's hitting us, unfortunately, at the low point of our cash cycle over 4 years. We reach a point in September, early September, where if there's more shocks, as we've had over the last month or more, that our reserves were very thin and in fact effectively would chart a path to zero if we weren't to take drastic action. Then you layer on top of that the possibility that the international season doesn't go ahead, and that's an issue of hundreds of millions of dollars. Or we're estimating that we've taken a $20 million impact thus far, and we have to anticipate, given the unknown nature and fast-moving nature of this situation, that there'll be more risks than that $20 million. So 20 million would take us from a low point of $40 million in cash and investments, and any further shocks would take us far lower than that. And then if you contemplate the prospect of the international season in particular being affected, we have an issue of hundreds of millions of dollars on our hands. So it's very important that we plan proactively for that. We do everything possible to stage the season and to navigate our way through this as we go. We certainly hope the situation doesn't go that deep, and we'll be doing everything we can to prevent it. But if it goes there and we haven't taken preemptive action beforehand, we have nothing to fight it with. We're working through the detail of player payments with the ACA, and obviously respecting our obligation to keep our senior players informed as well. And so that's a matter for us to keep discussing with the ACA and the players. But what we've all seen and heard in terms of the leaders of Australian teams who are just such high quality young Australians, they're acknowledging that everyone has a role to play here in helping fight this situation, including the players in Australia's national teams, male and female. And we just respect their commitment so much. We respect their desire to help so much. And therefore, we'll be respecting them in the way that we move through this situation together with the ACA and agree some creative solutions to deal with an unprecedented situation. At this point, we won't rule anything out in terms of the Indian series. Along with the BCCI and the Indian players and support staff, we want to stage a series that inspires the cricket world, whether or not there's people at the venue or not sitting in the stands. And so we'll explore all viable options, many of which wouldn't have been contemplated until now. But we're in a different world where all of a sudden we're being grateful for the things we do have rather than lamenting the things that we don't. And we need to face into all possibilities. And fortunately, we have a little bit of time to work through the different scenarios for the India series, but we're not ruling out any possibility for that at this point in time. It's all about inspiring cricket fans around the world with a great series and making sure that we can do so in a way that respects and manages the health and well-being of everyone, from our players to India's players to support staff and fans, to the extent that fans are able to attend those matches.